now present For the Record.
Just ahead, we are less than 3 weeks away from a likely strike among hundreds of UW nurses.
We are tired of having profits go before patients.
Plus, drunk driving crashes are rising in Dane County.
And what's sort of disheartening about it is we had a long stretch where we saw reductions.
And later, pride and hope are building a bridge.
Welcome to For the Record. I'm Naomi Coles. Parades, they're a favorite stomping ground for elected officials and those trying to get elected. And it's often all part of the fun until this week for one upcoming Middleton parade. One Republican vying for a local office accused the parade of banning Republicans when the rule was simply that you had to already be elected to participate. Things got a bit ugly, and I will let the parade organizers help explain from there. Tyson, Glimme, Kristi, Warriner from Middleton's Good Neighbor Festival. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Oh, you're welcome.
So, bit of an ugly topic, I get that. How did we get here?
Well, we've had a standing policy for about 60 years to have our parade be about our community. And our community is made up of our businesses who are represented in the parade, our students, our marching bands, and the people that we've elected to represent us. So trying to stay as out of politics as possible, we've maintained that policy for a long, long time. And up until now, it's worked. Until a few people have said that because we don't have Republicans in the parade, there's bias. And the truth of the matter is we have one Republican representative who is not interested in participating, though we'd love to have him.
Then that would be Senator Ron Johnson, correct?
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
So what happens is the Republican candidate for sheriff, Anthony Hamilton, he makes his accusation on social media. He also tells people to call you guys and talk about this. How did that go, Tyson?
Keep in mind, we're planning this festival the entire year, and we're focused completely on scheduling bands, getting tents booked, and the parade is a small part of that effort. And it wasn't until recently. So imagine us pulling this festival together for a full year, and then what is it? Within the last 3 weeks, we suddenly get a surprise among all of the other things going on in the community of what to do. So we have to react really quickly and swiftly.
And from there, so have you taken some of these calls? What did that look like?
They're fairly split. Some people are supportive, and then some people were, the rhetoric was getting a little heated. And so because of that, we decided that rather than take any chances, particularly given the situations in Highland Park and Waukesha, which weigh very heavily on our minds, we just decided that as of this point, we're just not going to have politicians in the parade at all. Our bylaws call for us to make any kind of changes to the festival with a full vote of the trustee board. So we can't do anything official prior to the festival. As Tyson said, our hands are a little full right now, but after the festival is over, the full 20-something board members, a very diverse, politically diverse group of people, will sit down and evaluate whether we want to have politicians in the parade, whether we want to allow campaigning, which we've never done, or stick to not having them at all.
And some people responding to this, there was a bit of a call to arms. How did police kind of react to that, respond to that? Are there any concerns there?
I believe that the police will have an extra presence. We had already, prior to this, changed the parade route from University Avenue to Franklin Avenue, and that was at the request of the police. So before people were responding to the social media things with talks of guns and things, we said we're running the parade route down a less easily accessible road, and then we'll have basically our city snowplows are going to be parked at all the intersections, so the route is going to be extremely safe, and there will be a little bit of an extra police presence.
Which is an excellent note to make. I mean, parades, there's a little bit of a sensitive spot for Wisconsinites. There's the Waukesha parade tragedy, and more recently, the shooting, our neighbors in Chicago, that shooter comes up to Middleton.
Right.
So there's a bit of a sensitive area there. And because of that, I mean, is this policy something you plan on keeping in the future?
Again, we'll just review it after the parade is over. We'll see how it goes. We are planning on surveying our parade attendees who are there, and we're going to ask for feedback from the community so that it's not something that simply the trustees are going to do, and hopefully the whole community will weigh in on what they think that we should do.
Absolutely. Speaking of this parade, a little bit of a downer, but you know what? It's literally happening about an hour and a half from when we're talking right now. Tyson, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's been an exciting year for us because we've been building the festival for quite some time. We have great bands that start on Friday evening, run all Saturday. Love Monkeys are Friday. We have Madison County, was extremely popular in the Wisconsin area or in the Midwest, and we have the Red Hot Horn Dogs, which is our home band. They're from Middleton. They bring a great crowd, and all of these bands are super fun to participate in.
So what should people know if they want to get out there? Again, this will be airing, we're talking at 10:30 Sunday morning. How much time do they have to get out to Middleton and enjoy this?
Well, they can get there. I think the streets close at, 11 o'clock for the parade, but anytime before then you can pull in, plan your day, and the great thing is the parade ends right at the festival grounds, so you can just walk right into the festival and the band starts immediately. So when you walk in, there's going to be music and there's going to be a lot of people having a good time.
All right.
Yeah, parade starts at noon.
Parade starts at noon. Anything else I've missed that you guys would like to plug or talk about or react to this incident?
The thing that this points out, silver lining here, is that this is truly a community event. What I mean by that is all year long, we're working with Middleton Police Department and Middleton Fire Department, the Lions Club, Optimist Club, Kiwanis, Hockey Club, all to put this community event together. And we have youth that are volunteering at the festival. And normally in a normal year, not an election year, as Kristi said, this goes on for 59 years. And every year we put a festival on, not just election years. So every year we've developed these bylaws to help us welcome our elected officials that are part of the community, right? We want, from a political perspective, we want our community to be interacting regularly throughout the year with the people that they represent or that represent them. So that's the piece that this points out, is keep in mind that this is a community event and we're celebrating that this weekend. And that's the whole point of this festival, is to celebrate our community.
Absolutely. So. Tyson, Kristi, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we hope to see people at the festival.
Absolutely. All right, coming up in just a moment, the latest in the standoff as a days-long nurses strike at UW Hospital gets a bit closer.